Houston, a couple different videos that I want to present to you guys. The first one is a smash and grab from the usual suspects. You see who the person is, what they look like at the bottom of the screen. And this is what's happening over in Houston, ladies and gentlemen.
Men dressed in black enter an HEB. Here they are in League City and rob a jewelry store. Then they take off. Anayeli Ruiz joins us live with what she is learning from investigators this evening. Anayeli?
Well, guys, I actually spoke to the owners who are inside of this store. As you can imagine, they're shaken by this ordeal. They did not want to speak on camera, but take a closer look again at the suspects that the League City Police Department is looking for right now. They released these photos of the masked men and veterans.
Now, I was saying this earlier. I'm going to say it right now. I know that there's plenty of people out here that know who this guy is with the Nike jogger hoodie and the mask from the hospital. You like HEB? You like HEB? Everybody knows there's somebody in the neighborhood, somebody that's watching the news, somebody that's familiar with who this guy is and who his friends are. They had already told you that what they were going to do this before they even did it. Tasha, you are 100% correct. You said that's why there's no stores in our community. I wonder why. Well, I could tell you why if you really want to know. Because it's difficult to open up a store in an environment where everybody is looking to steal, kill, and destroy everything that you have. And then they'll sit there and they'll call it a food desert. They'll sit there and they call it a food desert. 100%. 100%. They'll go in, they'll smash and grab. They got their hoodies on, they got their mask on, but we're not supposed to stereotype them. And we're not supposed to be scared when these guys walk in when they're sledgehammer. They just got a sledgehammer walking around a store of HEB for no reason. They just got crowbars walking around the stores for no reason. At some point, there has to be a level of defense that we can use. And y'all, I know how y'all think. Oh man, it's a big box store. Oh man, that's a major store. Oh man, don't worry about them. It ain't worth your life. Or a life is more precious. A criminal's life is more precious than whatever it is that they stole. Says who? Says who? When did a criminal's life become more important and precious? That's my question that I have for y'all in this segment today. When did a criminal's life, because we say that a lot. We say that a criminal's life, or we don't say a life, criminal's life. We just say life. We're not applying it to the criminality part of what it is that people is doing. When did a person's life become more important and more precious than my home, my safety, our tax dollars, the stores, whatever? How did a criminal's life become more important than the public perception, public safety, all of that stuff? When do we get to the point to where somebody can break into my car or break into my vehicle and I have to watch them take whatever it is that they want out of my vehicle and I cannot take their life when I'm witnessing it because it's not endangering my life? I don't agree with that. I certainly don't agree with it. And listen, I know that there's some people out there that say, Anton, you need to be more of a Christian. So I'm supposed to let the devil beat me up? Turn the other cheek so they can slap you. And then turn your other cheek so they can slap the original cheek that they can slap. That's not the scripture that I read. That's not the scripture that I read. I didn't read that scripture. I did not read that scripture. I didn't see it that way. I don't believe that somebody should be able to take somebody else's stuff without having to pay the ultimate consequences as a result of it. I just don't see it. I don't see it. It's not even a morality thing. The moral thing to do is to keep your kids and teach them right so that they don't get their head taken off by feeling as though they can run into somewhere and rob it. When did that start becoming cool? When did it start being the way that I was raised in the hood was I was raised that if you decide to become a criminal, it is a strong possibility. Like let's say you stole cars, right? You boosted cars. That if you stole somebody's car, it's a strong possibility you can die. You're gonna die right there where you stand. That's what I was raised. That it's a strong possibility that you can die. I had a homeboy, and this was a long time ago, and he said the reason why he stopped doing criminal activity, he said because he was one step away from losing his life. This is the honest to God truth of what he told me. I said, what you mean? He said, man, I went into a good neighborhood. We have a lot of really good neighborhoods, and then here it was in a neighborhood that was in like Sherwood Forest, Palmer Woods, right? And he said, man, I was trying to break, and this is what he literally told me. He said, I was trying to break into this car or whatever. And he said he was trying to be quiet and he heard something. And he said what normally seemed like a tree rustling or a little movement or whatever, he said his instincts just kicked in and he just walked away. He said he walked away and he said he went and he jumped in the car because usually if you're gonna do crime, what happens is they steal another car to go do crime. He said he was on the side of the guy or whoever's house trying to get into the car. He said he heard something. He said when he heard something, he just immediately walked away. He said usually it's just like, oh, that's just a tree rustling or whatever like that. And it was at nighttime, obviously. He said he heard something. And he said when he went to the car and he got in the car, he said he seen a guy come out from the back of the house with a gun in his hand. And he said he probably would have died. I said, you serious? He said, yes, bro. He said the thing that stopped him from stealing, that changed his life and put him on a straight and narrow, he said he felt like God gave him a warning with that sound. He said because there was no way that he would have in other situations ignored it. He said he never did another crime before in his life. He said he went and got a job. He went and got on a straight and narrow. And he said he was so thankful. He said he was so thankful. He said his heart was beating like he had just really got into a situation. He said the guy came around because, you got back doors, right? Sometimes people got side doors and some people got back doors. He said the guy came around the corner and he said it was a black guy that came around the corner and he said he could see the gun in his hand. And I said, how were you able to see it? He said, because when he came around the corner, his motion sensor lit up, showed him. He said he never, ever, ever, ever did anything like that again. Never did it. Never did anything like that again. I just don't believe that people should be able to put their hands on other people's stuff. I just don't believe it.
Investigators say the thieves were not just wearing face coverings, but they also had surgical gloves on, and they went directly to the jewelry repair store located inside the H-E-B. Now, police tell us one suspect pepper sprayed an employee while the others began smashing the display cases. Investigators say they stole jewelry, watches, and they fled the store. They got into an SUV that was waiting for them outside the store, and residents in the area are not happy this occurred.
It's bold, and our police department does a really good job of publicizing. So I'm hoping they give us coming. I hope that somebody recognizes them and find out that League City is not the place to be doing that.
And again, these are the suspects that police are looking for. Originally, the call came in as shots fired, but later police said that was not the case. The suspects did not display a weapon. Again,
Yeah, but in other news, this is what else was happening in Houston at a similar time.
Continue to follow some breaking news near the 3rd Ward.
Yeah, this morning, Houston police searching for a man who shot and killed a worker who was out pressure washing at the time. Our own Ugochi Aloka joining us live from Calumet Street, where shots were fired just before 1 a.m. You were the first reporter to get your hands on that video that showed what happened. And obviously, this is a very tragic situation.
Ilona and Jacob, it really is. And I spoke to a witness here who wants to remain anonymous. He shared that surveillance video with me first that not only captures really the gunman in the act, essentially, it also sadly shows the shooting that happened right outside of this convenience store behind me. Now, I want you to take a look at your screen. This is video here of everything. We've zoomed in to show you how this all unfolded. It starts with a man in a pickup truck pulling up on a worker pressure washing restaurant supplies outside the convenience store. That's when the two start going back and forth with one another. Investigators tell us when the driver got out of his truck, the worker continued the exchange of words with the driver, and then the driver pushes him. Now, this is where we are choosing to stop the video because it's when the driver is seen shooting and killing the worker, sadly on camera. Here's what police say happened next.
The brother of our complainant was inside the store, came out and found his brother on the ground. So they called us, we got there. Homicide investigators are working on it. I'm pretty confident they're gonna figure out who this guy is.
You cannot get out of your vehicle in an argument, and I don't care who said what, and this is one of the reasons. Look, we've been talking about this Cincinnati conversation for a long time. Great conversation last night on After Hours. I love the fact that we have a diverse panel that we can look at it from all sides, and everybody don't necessarily always agree because nobody is a monolith, right? But here's the thing, and this is the thing that I push and I preach. I don't sit here and keep on going based off of what the circumstance is. I am always trying to be the person that's controlling the outcome. I tell my daughter that. Listen, she called me yesterday. Dad, this is happening. I said, Les, you got to control the outcome. What's the end result that you want to deal with? She said, all right, so this is what I want at the end result. I said, how do you get there? What's the distance from where you are to where you get to? Or are you going to focus on all of this BS in between? Sometimes you got to take the outside route. Sometimes you can take the freeway. It just depends on whether or not that road is blocked off. My point is this. When I see situations like that, because I know that the short-sighted people and the people that can't think for themselves, they all say the same thing. Well, who started it first? And whose fault is it? And whether or not you can you can't control what happens once you piss somebody off and all of that. First of all, one of the reasons why that whole Cincinnati argument thing is weird to me is because most of the time people got a gun. Everybody ain't fighting no more. Everybody not going back and forth no more. Everybody not trying to figure it out. That's number one. Number two, I don't care how much you think you can fight or you can't fight. Everybody ain't out running a pistol. And so my thing is, all right, cool. What's my goal today? To make a lot of money and to make it home at night so I can do what I want to do. My goal, and this is what I try to teach young men. All right, look, self-defense, getting into it, all of that stuff, even carrying a pistol, that is an absolute last resort. Your goal today is to make it home tonight because your future children that are not born yet, your future wife that you got to keep from getting involved with somebody because you're going to get to her early, your mother, she needs to see you tomorrow. She's going to need for somebody to send her some money to go on vacation. You have a bright future. You got 1 million subscribers waiting for you. Are you so focused on trying to prove yourself to a person and show them that you the man? Or are you trying to get home so that you can make it to all of these beautiful things that God got lined up for you? Or do we got to prune your timeline because you just got to go and figure it out? Because you got to go and figure it out. All right, you know what? He says something to me. All right, my bad. You got it. All right, my bad. You got it. Y'all know what an engineer is? You know what the main purpose? It doesn't matter if you're a civil engineer, a mechanical engineer, a prompt engineer, or a software engineer. Do you know what the purpose of an engineer is? Do you know why some people are smart enough to become engineers? Is because engineers are specializing in problem solving in whatever their respective field is. That's all we do. All an engineer is doing is trying to figure out how to get to the solution with the least amount of resistance. That's all we do. That's all an engineer. So when you have an engineering mindset, your goal is to try to avoid confrontation so that you can get to the best part of it and solve for the issue. That's all engineers do. They are problem solvers. They figure out how to make things easier. They figure out how to make things quicker. They figure out how to not break things or whatever. That's all an engineer does. Why do you think it's called social engineering? Why do you think that it's called social engineering? They are putting things in place to control the outcome of people. My goal in life is, as I interact with people, have the best possible outcome. That is it. That is it. They socially engineer you to think the way that they want you to think, and then you come over here thinking that you have a strong, you know what it is, this is the culture or whatever. You've been engineered to be a person that you are that is ignorant at best. That's all it is. Every talking point, half the talking points that you give me, you got it from somebody else. You don't even know where you heard it from. The way that you walk, the way that you talk, how it is that you see people, how you interact with people. The reason why it's so difficult for me to have these conversations with people, the reason why it's so difficult for me to have conversations with people is because I'm trying to re-engineer how they think. I'm trying to deprogram you, unlearn you, and try to convince you to do something different that you otherwise would have got yourself hurt on, would have got yourself killed on, but you just standing on business because of social engineering, the music, your mama, your culture, the women that affirmed you. They have done a number on you so much that it's so hard to get you to think or see that the possibility of having a better outcome is 10 times better than what your current circumstance is. And so it's difficult. And when I say, hey, we got to be proactive, we got to think before it even happened. We got to have preventative measures to even prevent ourselves from even getting back and forth with people. 100%. Sometimes I wear headphones, right? Am I listening to music? No. Am I talking on the phone? No. I'm proactively putting myself in a position to act like I don't hear or see anything, but I hear and see everything. It ain't nothing playing in my headphones, but I'm paying attention. And I'm acting like I'm not paying attention, but I'm very much paying attention to every single thing that's happening around me. I'm looking, I'm watching. I am scanning the area and I'm paying attention and I'm hearing what people are saying, and I act like I don't hear nothing and I hear everything. And I'm walking around with my AirPod Pros on, and you think that I don't see or I'm not hearing or whatever. And sometimes you say something, yeah, man, hey, you over there? And I act like I don't hear you because you're too ignorant to me to respond. But I got my headphones on to make it seem like I'm not hearing you because I'm listening to music. That way, I pick and choose the people that I want to interact with. If you are a super ignorant, dusty person. My headphones is the proactive measure to where I can pretend like I didn't hear you when you called my name. Got it going on. Hey, yo, hey, can I get a dollar, big dog? You over there, and then I see that pretty girl. Oh my God, I like your car. Oh, you like my car? Yeah, let me take these off real quick. I was listening to something, but I kind of overheard what you said. I put it in clear mode. Man, listen, everything I do is intentional. Everything I do is going to be intentional. I pray that prayer, Lord, give me the wisdom and the insight and the understanding to be able to outsmart the people that are around me before they even come into my presence. Bless me to identify the problem areas and the places that I don't need to be so that I can truly enjoy where it is that I am. That is my prayer. Lord, give me the insight and the understanding to understand whether or not this woman is for me and she really trying to come in here and work hard, or if she trying to get the D. Because you know I have resistance issues. God bless me not to have an eye or ear for the people that I don't need to hear, because sometimes they'll put poison in my mind, or they'll try to have me feeling some type of way, and then they'll disturb my peace, and I can't have that. God, preventatively give me the insight and the information to be able to make sure that I'm making the best decision every day. Every day. And I just be moving and weaving. Moving and weaving. And then she come up to you. Hey, what's going on? I said, Lord, bless me to see through these demons and see it for what it is. And you can't wait to get a compliment. Hey, what's up, baby? Oh, no, yeah, it's just me and my guy. And then I just whisper to you. If I know you, I'll whisper it to you. If I don't know you, I just be thinking to myself, well, that's a whole man over there that he talking to. He talking to a man right now. But God gave me that wisdom. He gave me the discernment. See, you fool. You got that liquid courage in you. You got that blurry vision because you've been drinking Corona extra all day. You're not focused. You can't even see. You talking to a whole nother man over there. That ain't no woman. That's a man. I'll just be looking like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Anyways, let me stop. Millionaire Derailment Show in motion.
Yeah, just a devastating thing to see, right? Your brother lying on the ground. I can't even imagine. Our hearts and thoughts and prayers are with that family as well, has to cope with that news this morning. But we know police tell us, hopefully because the encounter was captured on camera, they hope to track down the shooter. They hope it increases their odds of finding the gunman. And Alona and Jacob, coming up in the next hour, I'll actually show you where exactly that altercation happened and what else that witness told me.
Can we ask Ugochi, and I think I know the answer, but just in case, anything that the witness said or that you know of that they either talked or argued about, or anything that suggests why this turned into a deadly shooting so fast?
Keep on telling me, no, man, all women got mustaches. I said, dog, do you see his mustache? You see how big he is? He almost big, dog, muscle mass. No, that's how the women built today. The women today, they got broader shoulders and they tougher. But his voice is a little deep. Why you keep calling it a he, man? That ain't even, that's a woman, dog. Oh yeah? Oh yeah, is that what you think? That's what you're going with? All the women got mustaches now. Well, what about the beard? They be having beards too. Your mama didn't have a beard? No, my mama didn't have a beard, my nigga. My mama had a beard?